Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden and welcome to Greenhouse Installation Day. I have been looking forward to this day for months now, and of course it is the coldest day of the year for us here in California. And no, I'm not going to tell you all how cold it is because I'm sure some of you are going to make fun of me and say that's not even cold. But for us and our California bodies, it is absolutely freezing today. So, but that's okay. We're going to do this. We're going to get this greenhouse installed. So we have the foundation poured, the cement poured, it's cured. That's all done. We installed the flooring that I am so in love with. I decided on kind of like a checkerboard diamond pattern of pavers and granite gravel. I'm so in love with that. I will link all these videos in the description down below. And now it is time to install the greenhouse. And it is not going to be an easy feat. It came delivered in 3 big boxes. They were packaged well, but there's a lot of parts going on. And it's about a 98-step process. There was 140 pages of the instruction manual. I'll show you all in a second. So it is not easy feat to put together this greenhouse, but it is something that you definitely can do. They say that it's a 3-person job. I'm spoiled and I have 4 people today. I have myself, Jason is here, and then Isaac and Milo are here to help me out as well. So I started off by getting everything that I needed together, all the tools and supplies and equipment and everything like that. I'll show you all that in a minute. And then we opened all the boxes and laid out all the pieces and made sure we had all the pieces. And that honestly took us like 2 hours. And so the boys are now starting to put together the pieces. I don't know how long this is going to take. I do not think we're going to finish today, but I will keep recording everything and make sure I get it all on camera for all of you. So let me take the camera around and show you all where we're at right now. Okay, so the supplies that you need to put together the greenhouse is pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy. I have almost everything I need. Not everything right now though. So they recommend gloves, of course, and then a spirit level to make sure everything's level. Measuring tape, we'll see why. Then you do need a drill, and you need I think it was a 13/32 drill bit. The closest one we had to that was a 3/8 drill bit. You can see right there. And so if that doesn't work, we'll go to the store and we'll get the exact size drill bit. I'll keep you all updated on whether that worked or not. Then you need a Phillips head screwdriver, a 10 and a 13 wrench, some good scissors. These are some good heavy duty scissors that I'm really excited to have so I can stop ruining my indoor scissors, some lubricant spray, and then we do need, we need a cordless drill that Isaac is using over there already. And then we do need some silicone. So I have my caulking gun, but I still have to go to the store and get some silicone, but I'm assuming that's one of the last steps. So I don't have that yet, but I am planning to get that. The other thing they say you do need is 3 ladders. So the silver ladder is ours, but the orange ladders are actually my dad's that he's letting us borrow. So I'll keep you all updated if we do actually end up needing the 3 ladders. I have a feeling the 3 ladders are going to be for when we put the roof on. So we'll see. I'll video and show you all how we need that. So again, Isaac and Milo are over here where the greenhouse is going to go. They are starting to put together the pieces. Jason is back in here in the metal workshop, and we have laid all the pieces out, and we're trying to keep this organized. Part of the problem is it's cold and it's windy and we don't want to lay everything out outside. So we're having to put everything out inside. But you can see this is the parts list, and there's so many parts that we had to go through. And I just went through and I checked everything just to make sure that we had everything. So luckily we had everything. And then this, my friends, is the instruction manual. So look, 98 steps. But of course, each step is really, like put one screw in, put this screw in. So it should be pretty easy. But what we did is we made sure that each piece we went through, checked the number on each piece, and just made sure that we had it out. And hopefully that will keep us a little organized and keep us from missing a step or doing the wrong thing or anything like that. You guys can see right there, there's some of the panels. They're polycarbonate panels. They're covered with protective film right now. That's why they're green. You can see this is protective film, so I'll have to come through, see that, and peel that off. And then I also have these right here that are the insulated kind, which is what I had when I had my last Canopia by Palram, excuse me, greenhouse, which was the smaller one, the hybrid one, and they had very similar siding to this stuff right here. This, I've never actually had siding like this before, so I'm excited to see how that holds up and how that does. All right, so it's actually day 2 of installing the greenhouse. It went really well the first day, but we actually ended up stopping about halfway through the day because we knew we weren't going to finish, and it was very, very windy that day, and we didn't want to start putting up the window panels without the greenhouse being bolted down on a very windy day. So we thought we would just go ahead and stop. We actually had to wait 2 days until Milo and Isaac could come back, and now we're kind of getting going. And I feel like we're on a pretty good rhythm now. What we're doing, Jason is here for about half the day before he has to go to work. But him, Milo, and Isaac are out there installing everything, and I am back here in the metal workshop, and I am basically picking the pieces that need to be picked for the next step. Let me show you. So here's our really organized layout of all the pieces. Here's the small pieces over here, and then a couple more over there. So what we did is we organized everything. We went through and checked and make sure that we had everything, and then laid it out so that the pieces that were labeled have the numbers close to us. So we can kind of just go through, or I can go through and I can look for the piece that I need. So right now we are on step 22. So I went through here. I found piece 1206. I found 2 of 9904s, and so on and so on. And then made sure that I got the screws, brought them out to the boys, and they're putting them together. So now I'm moving on to the next step, gonna find the pieces I need for that step, and then bring them out to the boys. And that seems to be working the fastest. You can see we're starting to put in the panels. That seems to be the fastest way to do this. Just to have one person back here being in charge of all this, and then other people out there actually putting it together. And then Monty creating havoc everywhere. Okay, everyone, I know I've been teasing you about this greenhouse for way too long. It's time to see it. The greenhouse is done. All right, and here she is. Isn't that the most beautiful greenhouse with the barn in the background and the olive trees? It's going to be so beautiful once I get all my stuff in. It's beautiful now. It's so gorgeous. So the last clip that you all saw, it was a couple days ago, actually. There was a very big storm the next day, so we were kind of rushing to get the roof on. And once we got the roof on, the next day it stormed and rained all day and there wasn't a drop of water that came into the greenhouse. And a special thanks to Jason because you're the one who did most of the finishing touches on it.
Yeah, we had a lot of help though.
So, do you all remember the video when Jason and I were putting together these garden beds? It was, and I called it. I said, Jason's going to stay up really late. He's not going to stop until this project's finished. And I was right. And this was another one of those projects. So
I might have been up till start.
You almost done?
Done. Totally done. How are you standing there?
Thank you. Yes, it was very dark. What were you using to light yourself?
My phone.
Your phone flashlight?
And the light from over there kind of helps.
Oh my goodness. So he was out here finishing, putting all the final things on it. So thank you. I love you. It's nice to have a husband that gets obsessed about projects and wants to finish. So Jason, what do you think about the greenhouse?
I think it's nice.
You think it's...
I think it's beautiful, actually.
Yeah.
And it's well made and well put together.
Yeah.
Insulated well.
Yeah. So there's weather stripping on each panel, right?
On each side. So there's here and here.
So we put the what do you call this? Plastic window, polycarbonate window in. We put it in, and then you put weather stripping on each side, and it holds it in nice and tight.
It locks in under these beams. There's a groove, so
right.
It locks in really well.
Yeah. So, and I just love the clear look of it. I think it's so pretty. The top panels are this, I don't know what you call it, corrugated or whatever, and then they have the UV protection on them, so we had to be careful which way we put them in because of the UV protection, which is great. I have these automatic openers right here that open when it's hot and close when it's cool, which is so fun. They're going to be open all summer long, of course. And then you all can see my floor. So I do have gravel, and a lot of you were saying you were worried about the gravel kind of spilling over like that. And yes, I totally get it. It will probably spill like that, and I will probably have to sweep it up. But I wanted the gravel because I wanted the permeability. I wanted water to kind of just run straight through. So when I water my plants in here, it can just go down on the ground and I don't have to worry about it at all. A question I have for all of you is, has anybody used mulch glue or gravel glue? Because I'm interested in that to see if I should put gravel glue, on each of the pieces of gravel, and if that's going to help or if that's going to limit the permeability of the water. Because that really was my priority and why I wanted some gravel. So anyway, floor looks beautiful. I think it matches with the greenhouse just gorgeously, if that's a word. Is gorgeously a word?
Sure. Nice.
Yeah. So it's about 15 this way, or 15.9, and then about 14 this way. Again, it's the T-shaped orangery. It's just so pretty. Don't you think it's good? So the greenhouse is not completely bolted down yet. We did put bolts into the foundation that we are going to get little things to hook on. And that is extra. The greenhouse comes with these like L-shaped brackets that you can drill into your foundation and secure them. So that is still something that I do need to do. But again, it went through a pretty bad storm, right? That next day.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere.
It's fine.
We don't have weather like that.
We're so spoiled. We know, we're still going to bolt it down, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it at all. Then the other thing I wanted to show you all, I don't think I showed this in any of the videos, but can you see that thing right there? That is a PVC pipe that I put underneath the foundation before we poured the perimeter foundation, and it comes into here. And so I just have to move back this gravel a little bit. Then I have access to this PVC pipe right here where I can put extension cords or a hose or whatever I want to put in through there. And that's where I'm going to run it through into the greenhouse. So that's something to think about if you're going to be pouring greenhouse foundation like I did. Make sure you put a little hose. You could always just dig through, but I thought it would just be easier. That was the easiest thing, just to put a little hose like that. And then you can see right here, there is a center. Can you see that? Let's see. There. There's a center hook hole to hang a chandelier. well, I'm saying that's to hang the chandelier. That's where I'm going to hang my chandelier. And so I haven't picked one out yet. I started looking. I have an idea of what I want to do, but I don't want to hardwire it. I was talking to Steve, the electrician, about the best way to do it. And I think what I'm going to do is get a chandelier, like a regular chandelier, convert it to a plug-in chandelier, and then have the extension cord come out through those the PVC pipe so that I can basically plug it in, and then I'll just have the cord running back here or something like that. So that's coming soon. I just have to look for the chandelier and decide which one I want. I'm not too worried about it being an outdoor chandelier, simply because it didn't leak at all, right?
Didn't leak at all.
I mean, no leaking. It was great. So I'm not going to worry about getting an outdoor chandelier, but I don't want to get too expensive at a chandelier. Like I don't want to spend too much money on a chandelier that's going to be out here in the greenhouse. Right?
Yeah, please no.
Please no. And then today's a beautiful day with the sun out, but yesterday it was all gloomy and rainy. So I was inside all day, but yesterday I took the day to plan out my garden, to plan out all the annuals and the plants that I'm going to plant all around everything. And I also planned around the greenhouse, which I'm so excited about. It, of course, involves super petunias and even some sunflowers in the back. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be so very beautiful to bring a whole bunch of color on either side here. These are my iceberg standard roses that I actually had in my last property. I do have to defoliate them and prune them back. I haven't done that yet. I think I'm going to plant these in the corners right here. So one right there and one right there. I think it's the perfect place for a standard iceberg rose. I think it'll be gorgeous. So beautiful there. And then a whole bunch of plants kind of surrounding it. Then you can see over here, I have my little Ollie dwarf olive tree standards in these pots with my white cyclamen, and then my diachondra silver falls right here. And these were up by my front porch, and I told you all I had a plan for them because these are full sun and my front porch is not full sun. My plan for them is to go right here. So they're going to go here, and they're going to go here, and they're pretty much going to stay there. I might change the pot out depending on what I want the pots to look like in the front, but I bought these to go in front of the front porch, thinking that eventually they were going to go here. I think they're too small to be planted here. That's why I want to plant the iceberg roses, but I think they'll be perfect right here in some pots. So my other greenhouse videos have already started airing, and you all are so supportive, and it's so much fun. I've had so much fun kind of filming this whole process and being able to put it all together for you in just a week's worth of videos. And I appreciate your support so much. I've just been waiting to show all of you. So it's so fun to finally be able to show you all. I am getting some questions in the comment section that I wanted to address. Well, one specifically, and that is regarding the pool. So Michael Glassman, the landscape designer that I am good friends with and work with, and he's just the most wonderful person in the world. He came and he designed my garden for me, my landscape, and the pool was supposed to go back here and right where the greenhouse is. And we all loved that. We love that idea. The problem is our budget didn't love that idea. So we would love to have a pool on this property, but this property is so raw and there are so many things, including inside the house, that we need to address first. The pool was not even in the budget for the next 5, 6, 7 years or something like that. So this spot was going to stay blank. There was going to be nothing here had we just left it for the pool. So when Canopia offered to provide me with this greenhouse, I was just like, yes, yes, that's perfect. And Jason and the girls were really excited about it because it's something pretty that's going to go back here, because otherwise we wouldn't have had anything pretty for who knows how long. So that is the answer to the pool. Hopefully we'll still be able to put a pool. If we need to put it here, we can put it here. And this greenhouse is really neat because you can actually move the door from the front over to the side. So if I ever decide to move it to back behind my office, I can move it back behind my office and just move the door. So it just seemed like the perfect situation. It gives us something beautiful to look at, and Canopia was so wonderful to provide it to me. The one thing I did want to talk to you all about is the cost of all this. So this is a very nice greenhouse. It's a very, very nice greenhouse, But I do want to remind you all of the other cost associated with the greenhouse, specifically the foundation and the flooring. So all in all, I would say I'm in about $1,500 to $2,000 with the concrete, with the labor, with the pavers, with the gravel, with the base, all that kind of stuff, right? So that's something that you do have to think about when you're installing a greenhouse, when you're going, think about that cost when you purchase a greenhouse, that you want to do it right. You don't want to do it the wrong way. So you want to have a good foundation and you want to have a good flooring and all that kind of stuff. So you do have to think about that cost as well. And I just want to be totally open with you all that I did spend about $2,000 on this flooring. I love it. It's beautiful. I would do it again, but I just wanted to be open with you all when you start pricing out the costs of greenhouses. So we just want to say a huge thank you to Canopia for working with us. We love this greenhouse. It is so beautiful. It is so high quality. It is exactly what I would have wanted had I picked a greenhouse, right? So huge thank you. I know I'm the luckiest girl alive. And thank you for putting it together, because you did most of the work putting it together. You and Milo and Isaac.
Milo and Isaac helped a lot.
Yeah. Well, when it came to the putting together, I was the brains of the operation, right? So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. Tomorrow, I'm going to start actually decorating for the greenhouse, maybe putting some plants in and getting some furniture in. So stay tuned for that. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.